Hello everyone and welcome to a new video in the Reef Keeping 101 series. I know it's been a while, so I thought it would be good to give you a general update of both of my reef tanks, this large reef tank and the smaller one which is in the living room. Since it has been quite a while, I thought I'd give you some updates. Overall, both tanks have been going relatively stable during the summer period. We've had some hot days, but then again, also some regular Dutch, chilly, windy, rainy summer days. So it hasn't been blistering hot like last summer season. So the tanks have been a little bit more stable in general. Since the summer periods always tend to introduce a bit of problem algae and such things. There's a little bit of cyano on the bottom here, as you can see, which is quite normal for this time of year. Nothing really much to worry about. And of course there's the sand sifting fish and the starfish to clean that out, so no worries there. I did acquire some new corals. I moved some corals around, so let's just quickly go over the tank from left to right to back. Right here, as you can see, not much has changed. I did move all the Recordea to this island over here to the left. As you can also see, if the copper band moves out of the way, and the sailfin does as well. Come on. Yep. So as you can see right here, I'm trying to create a Recordea island because they're really colorful, and overall it just gives a nice vibrant look to the tank. Same for these mushrooms right here. These are not Recordea, but still very beautiful mushroom corals. Very vividly colored, as you can see, contrasting the rabbit fish that's swimming by. The large polyps, now I forgot the name, are also growing quite rapidly, slowly but steadily. I think I'll catch their names later on. I got some new corals as well, so a little bit of so obviously I've been a little rusty, as you noticed. So this is Hypnophora on the left. It's a very small frag, as you can see, but it's ready to grow. Hopefully it will survive in this nutrient-rich environment. These are of course Palithoa grandis, which you might have known, and this is a small piece of Sespitularia. It's a soft coral that has a distinct blue color. You can see it right now, but when you look from the top, it even looks more beautiful, almost like neon. And yeah, I think those were the main new corals that are in here right now. Of course, this Cabbage Coral also stealing the show with its beautiful toxic green look, and ever growing on this spot right here. As you can see, it's curled up a bit, so in real life the size is even bigger. And it's already taking up a nice chunk of the tank, being right there in the middle, which I think is a very nice position for this coral. Lots of light, lots of flow, and lots of visibility. Then of course, moving on to the top end of the tank, of the peninsula if you would like. Bit more soft corals, big gorgonian on the left, some more Recordea and Discosoma right here. Especially the red Discosoma have been doing really well. Traditionally only the middle one had pink spots, but now also the other ones around it are developing pink spots on their flesh, which makes them look quite unique and quite a nice coral to keep. They grow quite rapidly as well, so I might be fragging a couple of those later. Then the top end, nothing too special. Also not the end where I'm looking at most of the time. This is really just the side that I need to clean, where the two pumps are of course attached. But nothing too much spectacular going on here. Then moving to the other end, which has a couple of coral, but not too much, mostly soft corals. Let me quickly get the focus back. Yeah. So this one has been recovering for a few weeks now. And this one here is growing, ever growing, and might eventually need to move to a new spot because it's taking up a lot of room. I might even have to frag it because it's yeah, it's getting really big, as you can see, in contrast with the clownfish next to it, who are, by the way, having eggs. If you could probably see them right now. Yep. So you can see the clownfish is on top of its eggs, guarding them, which is kind of a futile process, since in the end, when they hatch, they will get eaten anyway. I won't take them out of the tank. So yeah, it's a cycle. They'll just keep doing that. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you on the big tank. One last question that people had was, did you remove the corals on the overflow box? Well, I didn't. My Pichoplites was eating it actively. So it's starting to grow back, but it will take a very long time to regain its previous state. But that's the thing with saltwater aquarium. Just let it grow, let it develop over time, and eventually it will become more beautiful every day, every week, every month. So that's the update on the big tank. We'll move on to the small one, the nano tank in the living room right now. So, welcome back to the second part of this video, which will cover the Red Sea Reefer nano tank that's in the living room. What you're looking at, which is what you're looking at right now. I've tidied up the tank a bit over the past few weeks, moving around some coral, cleaning the sand, adding some new sand as well, somewhat more, somewhat bigger particles of sand, which is somewhat easier to clean, doesn't move around as much. But overall, I really like the way that the nano tank is doing at the moment. I'm doing 10% water changes on this tank every 2 weeks, and other than that, just adding some ATI Essentials Pro every now and again, mostly one time a week, about 15 milliliters of each, and that will keep the tank nutrient or at least element filled, element rich, which makes the corals grow and shine. So let's focus on a few. I moved the Duncan Coral around a bit. First it was up here, where now the green Montipora is. Then I moved it to here, where it wasn't doing too well. And then I moved it here, and now it's starting to get back. It hasn't really died or shown decay, but then again the polyps just weren't extending, so it was a bit of a shame. And right now they're coming back, so that's great news. As you can see, I moved all the corals from the sand, just kept some of them there which are attached to the rock, like this Ricordea for example, which are doing pretty great. You can see there's quite a couple of them on this piece of rock near the edge. Of course, this little anemone right here, which has been in my tanks for years, has been in the big tank first, and then as soon as I set up this nano reef, I moved it here, and yeah, it's doing great. It's being hosted by a porcelain crab, which is not here at the moment. Maybe if we switch the angle, it will be there, but probably not. No, it's not showing at the moment. It might be later, otherwise you've probably seen it in one of the previous videos. But I really like this coral, despite being very stingy. I think it looks very distinct and has a very cool purple and green look to it. Of course, in this corner the Elegance Coral is still growing larger and larger day by day. I can show you by moving the magnet to the bottom that it's reaching up, almost reaching the power head. But of course, once it does, it will get stuck, and then it will automatically retract. So it's doing fine for now. Then these Zoanthus right here, these have been growing quite well over time as well. They're slowly expanding, and let me see if I can lower the brightness a bit, because these really look insane when you lower the brightness. Really beautiful orange hue, and of course all the other corals pop a bit more as well with lower brightness, such as these chalices right here and this one, and of course the Duncans as well. But let's get back to normal brightness so you can see everything again. On the top I also made some little adjustments. There's a couple more SPS corals now at the top. So for example, this Acropora right here is new. This green one is quite new. And the other ones were already there, just moved around a bit. But overall now the tank has more of a traditional reef tank layout, where the SPS are located at the top of the tank and the LPS are halfway down and on the floor as well. In general, this tank has been doing really well, also considering the summer. I don't do active cooling on this tank. We do have a mobile air conditioner in this room, so that might help a bit. But overall, I'm very happy with the way the Nano looks at the moment. And I hope you enjoyed it as well, because this is the end of the video. It was great to make a new video again. I should do it more often because I've been away for quite a long time, so apologies for that. Glad to have you back. Please consider liking and subscribing. I know I should say that at the start of the video, but I'm pretty bad at that stuff. So here it is anyway. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you have a nice weekend. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.